Hi everyone. So sorry I'm kind of looking a little, I don't know, tore up today, but I wanted to talk to you guys about my new novel, A Thug's Redemption, Book 5 in the Caught Up in the Game book series. So this book, and I have to record before everybody gets home, so everybody's still not home yet. But I have my two younger siblings that are coming home and my mom. So, and that's who I'm staying with right now, my mom. So it gets kind of noisy once they get home. So I'm trying to do it before they get here. But I want to talk to you guys about this book and where this book is going in regards to its direction. Sorry. I threw my pencil and rather than landing on the coffee table, it landed on the floor. Oh well. It bounced off my notepad and onto the floor. But anyway, moving on. I want to talk to you guys about where this book is going. Now, this book, my books have been considered smutty and sexual, which this book is going to really be no different. It's still going to be kind of smutty and sexual, but sex is a part of life, so I'm going to write about sex. That's not going to change. But I won't be talking about what is actually going to be in the book in this video. Let me explain why it took me so long to write this book. So when I wrote book 4, my health was relatively good, so on and so forth. But when I got ready to write book 5, I kept putting it off. I kept procrastinating. And then I got really, really, really sick, like to the point of ill and illnesses, okay? So I spent 17 days in the hospital, and I actually finished one of my novels while in the hospital. That's The Missing Girl. So I finished that one while I was at the hospital. Let me think. Yeah, I was at the hospital when I finished that book. I didn't let anything stop me. I prayed, I sang, I did whatever I need to do every day, and then I got up and I worked on that book every single day that I was in the hospital, just about. But I was there for 17 days. And I was getting really worried because that's the longest hospitalization that I've ever had, 17 days. Like, that was just, to me, it was just ridiculous. But I got a lot of great care. So let me explain why I probably went to the hospital. When I started wanting to write this book, I wanted to take it to a spiritual and religious direction. Religious in the fact of practice, going to church, things like that, but spiritual in that I wanted to add Yahweh and Yahshua to my book. Now, if you've read any of my books, they all express how I thank Yahweh for all of my accomplishments in my writing, so on and so forth. I wanted to do more with this novel, and I wanted to put Yahweh and Yahshua in my book as not only father and son, but as Yahweh being the deity of choice for the two main characters, the deity that they worship, and also, Yahshua being his son, his lifestyle is the way they should pattern their lifestyle. I wanted to add those elements to my book. When I tell you everything started happening to me just before I got ready to write this book, I went to the hospital. So much happened before then. But I went to the hospital. I had a miscarriage. Then I ended up back in the hospital again after my miscarriage. And then I was told, all this horrifyingly bad news in a very short time frame. And, that was very disheartening. And I got really discouraged and depressed. And then I found out I was going through postpartum depression as well because I had a baby. And apparently, and it's not just apparently, it's an actual fact, you still have postpartum even if you lose your baby in regards to an unfortunate event like, a miscarriage. I was asked during my difficult pregnancy if I wanted to get an abortion several times while I was under heavy medication at this one particular hospital to protect their privacy. I'm not going to say their name, but that was very difficult for me. And I can remember thinking while being under this heavy medication, are these people crazy? Sorry, I'm eating something. But yeah. Let me see. What else happened during my hospital stay? Um, I had so much going on during my hospital stay. At first, I was by myself in two different rooms, and then I kept getting these like roommates, and they were very difficult to deal with, to say the least. But they weren't really mean. They were pretty nice, and we had very limited conversation, but they were pretty nice. I had like three roommates before I left, so that was pretty much very difficult because they all had different personalities, and that would be the thing that I would say was the hardest to deal with. But literally, when you try to do something positive, everything from the pits of hell literally will try to stop you. I'm not lying, because when I tell you, I was supposed to write this book a long time ago, but I wanted to take it to a spiritual and more a less religious religion, in regards to the church and going to church. You know, that was pretty much it for religion, but spirituality more. Um, but religion does play a small factor in the novel as well. But this is for people. This book is going to be for people who appreciate Yahweh and Yahshua. But it's not going to be like a really foreign concept. If you believe in a higher power and you believe in doing what is righteous, just what's right, and things like that, and abiding by the commandments, so on and so forth. If you believe in doing those types of things, then of course, you won't have a problem reading this novel. Now, of course, if you don't believe in doing the right thing, being nice to people, being kind to people, being selfless, paying your tithes and offering, feeding someone that may be hungry, that would be like a homeless person. If you don't really believe in doing that, then this book is probably not for you. And I'm saying that ahead of time before someone reads it and they're like, why did she put this in the book? Once again, this book is going in a different direction. It's going in a more spiritual, religious direction. Less religion, more spiritual. I'll be discussing, a lot of different good things in this book, and how the main character will be making a change in his life, for the better. Because everyone needs to evolve, change, and grow. If you are at the same place that you were at 5 years ago, it's time to grow. It's time to elevate. It's time to elevate and grow. Because if you're not elevating and growing, I'm not sure what it is that you're actually doing. I really don't know. But hopefully you'll figure out what it is that you need to do. I'll say it like that, right? So let me see what else. Basically, that's what happened. I wanted to write this book before now, but when I got ready to write it, I'm not lying. As soon as I got ready to announce that I was writing this book, I went into the hospital. Okay? And then I wrote my other book while I was in the hospital, like I said. I finished that one. I didn't really put any religion, and I don't really put religion and spirituality in any of my books. In regards to going to church and things like that, I never really wanted to write those types of books. But now I'm starting off with this book, and I'll probably include this type of religion and spirituality in my next series of books. It all depends on what I want to do. But I have so many goals for this book and so much that I want to do with this book. And it's going to be very long because it's going to be about improvement, change, growth, self-worth, and elevating. Not only elevating your mind, but self-love and things like that, and self-worth, but also elevating your purpose in life, like thinking about what your purpose is. Who are you as a person? How can you be better as a person, right? And no, these people are not going to be perfect in my novels. They're not going to be perfect because nobody's perfect in life. Everybody has issues, from the pastor to, the pulpit, the rest of the members there, to the deacons, deaconesses, when you go to a church and everything. And like I said, I usually don't write about church, but in this book I'm writing about church. And it's going to be particularly very long, and it's going to be very good. But I'm not going to cater to those that don't believe in deities. If you don't believe in deities of this sort, I will be writing other books about other deities. And maybe you believe in those deities, whichever it may be, but I will be writing about multiple deities because I like things like that. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video. And don't forget to hit that bell for new videos as well from me. There's one more thing I have to say, though, before I end the video. I know that seemed like the end, but it's not. This book will be finished soon. Again, it's called A Thug's Redemption. It's book 5 in the Caught Up in the Game series, okay? So once we get to book 5 is the last book in this series. There will be no more books. You cannot know what's going on in book 5 if you do not read books 1 through 4. Please do not, and I repeat, please do not skip any one of the books, because if you do, you're going to be lost. You can't get all the information from book 5 if you don't read books 1 through 4. A lot of people do that, and then they're like, I'm so confused. You're confused because you cheated. It's like a test. If you have 50 problems and the first 25 told you how to complete the next 25 problems, right? And you skip the first 25. Well, you deserve to fail the test because either you just went through and, as they used to say when we were in school, Christmas tree the test, which means you just marked whatever, or because you didn't care, or you didn't pay attention to what it is that you were doing on the first 25 questions and answers. So when you got to the next 25 questions and answers, you didn't realize that they were the same questions and answers as the first 25, just reworded. Yeah. So you failed everything, and you deserve to fail. Why? Because you didn't pay attention to the directions. The first 25. How it connects to the next 25. So think about it like that. If you don't read the first 4 books, and you review book number 5, and you say, well, I didn't read the first 4, but I read number 5, and I didn't know what was going on. Well, guess what? You deserve to not know what's going on because you didn't read the first 4 books. Plain and simple. So read the first 4 books, then read book number 5, and then you'll know what's going on. Because you have to see everyone transform into who they're going to be. Period. It's not going to be a quick transformation either. It's going to be a slow transformation, like most transformations. When a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, it's not a quick transformation. It's very slow. All right, guys. Once again, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share this video, and don't forget to hit that bell so you can get every notification from me in regards to a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm sorry that the last part was so long. Bye, guys.